BarbacoaCore.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for checking out a new episode of the BarbacoaCore Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Huerta. Hopefully you're doing good. Thanks for coming back, checking out the episodes, the new episodes. Again, if this is your first time, cool. I wonder how that is. But like and subscribe on all the platforms that you use to listen to podcasts. I keep telling myself, don't say that thing that you always say, that everybody says on every podcast. Like and subscribe, follow me on the interwebs, and let's be friends. Let's be pod buddies, But I'm saying it, just a reminder. It's just, it's stock. It's stock things that you have to say on a podcast, like welcome, hi, hey, you, how you doing, and review 5-star reviews on iTunes. I don't keep up with that, but I'm saying it anyway. Like and subscribe on the platform. Just give me a reason to continue doing this. Validate me is what I'm saying. I don't do comedy anymore, not legally, so where else am I supposed to get validated? It's here, and it's you peoples, and I mean that respectfully. It's you people that need to validate me. And how do you do that? You subscribe to whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Subscribe to mine. Subscribe to the BarbacoaCore podcast. I don't care if you listen. I know I do care if you listen. Obviously, I do care if you listen. But let's do this thing. Everybody wants followers and up my numbers. And I went from this number to this number on TikTok and my OnlyFans, and like, okay. And I try to play it cool, like, oh man, I don't care, I just do it for me, man, like, I don't listen to numbers, and for the most part, I don't, just because I don't understand statistics, but I do know that there is a solid 10 to 15 listeners every episode, and I want to see this podcast, and more so for the guests that I've had on this podcast, but this podcast has seen, on one episode, up to 250 listeners for just one episode. I thought that was cool. I don't know. But actually I thought it was really cool. I was like, wow, man, that's a lot of people listening. And now that they're solo episodes, they're not really the episodes that they used to be. It's not what it used to be. It's a whole different world now. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So like, subscribe, listen. Let's see if we could get these numbers up. What do I need to do? Do I need to put on a better act? Do I need to come out hot? I know my energy level sometimes, for the most part, is, hey, welcome, thanks for listening. That's cool. Or should I just hey, what is up, everybody? Thank you for listening to the podcast. Because I'm like solid in between. I'm like solid, right in between that stuff, man. But cool. What the fuck? Like, share, and subscribe on whichever platform you use. I personally totally dig Castbox. Not a sponsor, but I do. I just like the format of that. It's all easy. And then when new episodes when new episodes are released, in the library that I have set up, it will come in. It would list them in order, of all the podcasts that I've subscribed to, and so I'm always in the know about new episodes of the podcast that I listen to. Look, this is a long rant and ramble to just say, hey, subscribe to my podcast. Follow me on TikTok. I just started a new account. I haven't posted nothing yet, but I'm very hopeful. I'm working out stuff. I'm gonna get a TikTok. I'm just kidding. I'm not TikToking. They're closing it down. From what I understand, they're banning it in U.S. This weekend. I don't know why. I know a lot of people were bummed out. They were really fishing for those TikTok follows. I get it, man. One of my buddies, Davey Jackson, he is viral on TikTok, and I think that's a thing. I think that's important. He's funny. He puts out funny TikToks. I mean, because you can put your TikToks on Instagram, and that's where I see them, because I don't have a TikTok. But yeah, man, a lot of people do a lot of stuff, what the fuck am I talking about? I got no plans today, no real agenda. Just wanted to put out a thing. Here's what's going on with me right now. I am doing this. Since everything popped off, I've gained a lot of weight. I'm pretty much at the heaviest I've been in a long time, and I was starting to get comfortable with that. Right? I was like, "Fuck it, this is just who I am now. This is what I'm gonna be." And then my wife revealed to me that I have my snoring has gotten extremely bad, like wall shakingly bad, and to where she has to nudge me because I'll stop breathing. The whole sleep apnea thing, and she says it's gotten pretty worse. I think she finally brought it to my attention because it's disrupting her sleep. She's like, this is enough. We gotta fucking fix it, fat ass. And no, she didn't call me fat ass. Well, she did once. She did once on accident, and it was so hilarious because it was straight up exactly what she wanted to say, and we do our best to not say bad things to each other. I mean, I call her bitch, jokingly, only jokingly, never in anger. We play like that sometimes, and she says mean stuff, but she called me a fat ass like out of anger, and it was just so funny, and my eyes got watered a little bit because I was like, this is, I thought this was a safe space. And I think, and it's just so simple as like looking for her phone or looking for the remote or something, and she wanted me to move, and she's like, "Get up, fat ass!" And I was like, "Wow, you've wanted to say that for a long time. Like you felt that, like you loved it, you enjoyed that whole thing." But other than that, she hasn't done it. She doesn't do it. Call me fat ass on the regular. She thinks it, and I'm fine with that. As long just don't say it to me. And you can even say it to your friends. Don't say it to me. Say it behind my back. Respect me. I thought we loved each other. So yeah. So I refuse to step on the scale because I don't want to know the truth of it. Like I just know. I feel it. I know my body. I feel like I'm at the heaviest that I've ever been, and it sucks. So we're starting the intermittent fasting. We're trying to get back into. We're gonna do keto again. We got to do the keto diet again, and I know it's a fad diet. I know it's a quick fix, and it's not. It's a lifestyle, but it's a hard lifestyle to keep up, for sure. Carbs is everywhere, and eating is a social thing. And when I was first on keto, and I was successful in it. I sincerely almost lost up to almost 100 pounds. The first round that I did it, I was almost at 300. I got all the way down to like 198, something like that. And I felt great, man. I felt great. I thanked. Fucking shit. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I thought clearer. My thoughts were more clear. I could think straight. I could talk. My sleep was good. Other benefits were really good. But it's hard to stay in that lifestyle. It's hard to eat like that when eating is such a social thing. It's a social event. So if everybody's going to for burgers and fries, what are you gonna do? You're gonna not have burger and fries. You're not gonna have pizza. You're not gonna drink beer. And it's tough. It was tough, and that's exactly why I quit doing it. Because it felt very lonely. Living that lifestyle, like the where you're not doing what everybody else is doing, can be very lonely. It does feel very lonely, you know. Um, but I need to get healthier. I need to fix things. I remember how I felt when I lost all that weight. I remember how that felt, and I haven't felt that way in such a long time. I've never felt worse in my life. And health is extremely important. It should be, and it's gonna be. The thing is, like, I'm not gonna stop drinking. Like when I went hardcore keto the first time, I stopped drinking everything, beer, liquor, like even like the low calorie stuff. I just quit everything because I was so determined to make it work, to be successful about it. And I don't know if I'm gonna be I don't know if I'm gonna be that strict with it. I haven't decided yet. But we're going to go in that direction. So right now we're starting with the intermittent fasting, which is just 16 hours no eating and then just 8 hours eating. It's extremely low carbs, just because we want to like kind of adjust or adapt our body into like not needing carbs so much, and then go full keto. So next week is going to be hardcore. I got this green drink. Well, I ordered it. I haven't received it yet. It's supposed to be here today, but I haven't got it. But anyway, so for 5 days, you just do avocado in the morning or your lunch, whatever, and then this green drink with has all this vitamins and minerals and all this stuff. And so you get 2 avocados a day, like for lunch and dinner or whatever the fuck, and then 2 of these drinks a day. And then you could have water, you could have like coffee and tea and bone broth and all that stuff. But that's gonna be my meals to kind of kickstart this keto thing off, right. And then we're gonna do the no carb, low carb eating and stuff, and try to get back to my goal weight. And I don't know where I'm at right now, so I don't know how far I have to go. But it's gonna be let's say 210. 210 would be where I'm happy. If I could go further, I'm gonna. But that's where I'm gonna go with that. But it's affecting my mind. Like just starving. Well, not starving yourself, but like withholding how the body works off carbs. Use carbs for energy and all that stuff, and just not doing that. I mean, I feel like kind of spacey. I feel my thoughts come in and out. It's really hard to keep it together. But that's just the adjustment period. That's just the adjustment period of the whole thing. And I say like, oh, I'm getting healthy. I'm getting in charge of my life, and I just took a sip of some Maker's Mark with Diet Coke, Coke Zero to be exact, because that keeps it real. It keeps it real. I watched this old movie. This old movie is one of my favorite movies as a kid. I loved it a lot. Cloak and Dagger, right? This movie, Cloak and Dagger. Watched it a lot as a kid. I think I'm more blown away for the fact that it was filmed in San Antonio. Like 90% of the film, we'll go 85% of the film is filmed in San Antonio, right? So that always like blew my mind. Like I would see this on the VCR or on the TV, and then I would go downtown and see all the same buildings, and they went to Windsor Park Mall or Westlake Mall. One of the malls they went, but they used the interior of that as well. And I was like, I've seen this on the movies and all that stuff. Came out in 84, I think 84, 87. I'm not going to check it. It's Cloak and Dagger, 84, 86, 80 something, early 80s, mid 80s, early 80s. Look, what do you want from me? What do you want from me? I don't have anybody looking up dates or facts, and I'm not going to do it right now. I'm not going to do it. Cloak and Dagger, 1984. Look, we'll just say it, 84. Filmed in San Antonio. And I just watched this on the other day, on Tuesday, I think. And I just pieced together, I've just realized the fact that, and spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it, you should have seen it by now. It's a good movie. It's a great movie. It's a great fucking movie. I'm probably going to watch it again after this. What was I saying? See, this is what I'm talking about. This is carbs. This is no carbs. This is a no carb podcast where I can't get my thoughts straight together. Okay. So I just realized that the father, in Cloak and Dagger, and the imaginary friend / espionage spy, whatever the fuck, from this game, the imaginary friend of this kid is also played by the same character who plays the father. And now, as an adult, I'm thinking, oh shit, that's hella symbolism. And I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. And I've watched this movie so many times as a kid. So many fucking times as a kid. And I never realized that the father, it was played by the same actor, but the father was the imaginary spy guy, the made up spy guy. Fucking blew my mind. It fucking blew my mind. Oh, look, I'm not keen on details. I don't pick up on things, the obvious. I pretty much, I when a movie's on, I am just mouth agape, just looking at the screen and just being entertained. I don't find symbolism in things. I don't look for it. Unless it's obvious, I don't look for it. Make it more obvious. You want me to see it? Where's Waldo? Make it more obvious, is what I'm saying. Never put the two and two together as a kid. And then I saw it this past week, and I was like, holy shit. This is a symbolism movie about a father-son relationship. Whole cats in the cradle and all that bullshit. And then the father and here's the thing. Here, I should have realized, because the very end of it, spoiler alert, fucking watch the movie Cloak and Dagger. It's a great movie. The ending of it is the father walking away from a plane that it just exploded. He escaped. And you see him walking from the fakest flames that have ever been in any type of movie. But anyway, you see him walking. All you see is the silhouette, because the fake flames are burning so red hot behind him. And the guy switches back from being in the father's clothes and then being in the imaginary espionage guy's clothes, his hat, his jacket, and it switches back and forth while it's still like in the silhouette of things. And then the guy comes to light, and it's the father. It's the pilot father, Air Force pilot father guy. He survived the explosion, and then of course he ends it like, Jack Flack, who is the imaginary character, game character, whatever. Jack Flack always survives, or something like that. And I was like, oh shit, this is so deep. This is deep, father-son thing. And I was like, oh, I just figured it out. Great movie. Yeah, it took me 35 years to 30 something years to realize what that was. I just liked the movie because it was filmed in San Antonio, and it was a kid playing, spy, and he shot a gun and he killed people. It was done. It was a great 80s movie, but I was like, oh shit, it's a father symbolism. Why? Maker's Mark, not sponsored. What else? I also did this week. I did the Problematic podcast with Zach Dixon. Zach Dixon's podcast. Problematic Podcast. Check out the archives. All my homies have been on it. He's very funny. Zach Dixon. He's very, very funny himself. It's a great idea. It's the worst advice show ever. But we did solve some problems. We solved my problem. And I don't even know if I should reveal that. My problem is I don't listen. I don't know how to listen. There's a few things that I hear okay. I mean, my hearing's not the best because of my years of playing drums without ear protection, or going to loud rock concerts without ear protection. So my hearing is really shitty, but it's my listening skills that are kind of bad as well, I used a couple of examples. I'm not going to give away the stuff, but that was my problem, and he kind of helped me with it, And then, so that was fun. I'm not going to give it too much away. Listen to the podcast. It was a fun podcast. Subscribe to the Problematic Podcast, Zach Dixon's social media, everything. And, yeah, there's video footage, VHS video footage out there. It exists. It's out there in the world somewhere of my 5th or 6th birthday party, right? And it was caught on footage, and it was a great party. There was a clown, a very good clown. My first time seeing a clown, I believe. So I had that whole fear, and not good thing. What helped me with my fear is that it was a girl clown. It was obviously a girl clown. I think had it been a guy clown, I would have been more afraid, or I would have been afraid. But it was a girl clown, and I think that was the best way. That was a proper choice. My parents made a good choice of getting a female clown instead of a male clown, because clowns, they scare me. They do scare me. I think they still do. I don't know. I haven't seen a clown in a while, but for sure I knew as a kid that they scared me. So this one was a sweet clown. Yeah, funny. Anyway, and and this is what's so funny about it, and why I kind of want to find this video, and then I kind of really don't. Me being the unshy kid that I was, that I outgrew that around 10. But up until I was 10, I was very, very not shy, I think. And I took it upon myself to, nobody asked me to do this. Nobody set this up for me. Nobody forced me to do this. I did this all on my own. I performed, I lip synced and air strummed an actual guitar. It was a real guitar with real strings, but I didn't know how to play guitar, so I just went over it, not making any noises. The whole La Bamba soundtrack. La Bamba was a huge thing to me. I don't know why. I really loved La Bamba. And I wanted, and here's the stupid thing, I wanted to be Richie Valens. I saw the ending of that movie. I saw what happened to him, but I was like, oh man, I want to be Richie Valens so bad. Anyway, but so this exists. I was very confident. I was good. I put on a show, dancing, moving, lip syncing, doing the moves that Richie Valens did in La Bamba, shaking my hips, combing my hair. I had hair at this time. I was 6 years old. I had hair at this time. I didn't start losing my hair till I was 10. Doing all this stuff, man. So confident, right? Anyway, I bring this up because the person who captured this, the camera guy, and the effortlessly funny person who gave commentary throughout the whole thing was my Uncle Albert. Right? And here we go. And I remember this movie, and I remember watching it, and then there was a period where I fucking loved it, and then I started like being embarrassed by it, like, oh, this is so embarrassing. I hope nobody ever sees this and stuff. But so he captured everything. He was always up on the gadgets. He was the first one to have a video recorder. He was the first one to have cell phones, the suitcase cell phones. He was the first one. I mean, he was into not high tech, but he was into tech stuff. You know, he was the first one to have all the latest technology and whatever. So he had the camera, and he was a cameraman, and he played commentary, and just throughout the whole party, he was recorded the clown. He recorded me doing La Bamba. He recorded people eating cake, people just hanging out. You know, he walked around the crowd, he walked around the groups, and he provided his own commentary, and it was so fucking hilarious, man. Like he was naturally funny, effortlessly funny. Great guy. And he passed away this week, and but he left a lot of great memories, you know. And that party is definitely definitely is a great memory. It's an embarrassing thing. Like man, if I don't even know where this tape is. I have no idea. And like I would love to find it, especially now, and rewatch it. But I don't think I want anybody to say. I was 6 years old. What do I give a fuck? You know, I was good. I was good. But yeah, so that's always going to be a good memory, a happy memory. My Uncle Albert was I didn't have a lot of positive male influences in my life growing up, you know. But my uncle was definitely one of those guys that I had a lot of love and respect for him. You know, there was one thing that we disagreed on, which really bummed me out. We never kind of fixed that type of thing. We just never agreed, and that's one thing that I respected about him is like if he had an idea, or if he had a thought, or if he had anything that he believed in, you can't change his mind. You know, if you believe things are supposed to be a certain way, that's just who he was. You know, good or bad. You know, that's just who he was, and I respected that about him. I respected a lot of things about him. Great taste in music. He was always the party DJ. Was awesome. Was with music. Great taste in music. Mostly oldies, obviously oldies. So yeah, my respect for music I get from him as well. Great music. Great. He DJ'd a great party. He had fun. And it's funny. Like one of the last. Well, one of the last movies that we tried to watch together was The Wall with John Cena, and what it was a torrented movie. You know, like how you could watch the movie while they're still in theaters and all that stuff, or something like that. You know, before they're released, or as soon as they're released, you could torrent them. So we tried watching that together, and then the feed or whatever just stopped. We couldn't watch the end of it. You know. So I never saw the end of it, that movie, until yesterday. Saw it yesterday, and but yeah, that's one of the last memories of just us sitting there and when watching a movie and stuff. Because we had disagreements, man. I don't talk to my father, you know, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that I didn't do that, you know, and I try to. And explain to him why, and I'm not going to get into it here because it's not really important. It has nothing to do with him, but that was our main disagreement. He thought I was wrong, and he would bring him up. You know, oh, tell your dad I said hi, and I would lie to him. I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. I'll tell him. You know, or how's your dad doing? Oh yeah, he's great. You know, cool. And he knew I was lying. He knew I was lying. And it bummed me out. It bummed me out that we had that disagreement. And I'm not gonna be one of those like when somebody dies, you're just gonna go like all the positives. Oh, just mention the positive stuff. It bummed me out that he couldn't see my point of view on that. But regardless, he was still had nothing but respect. And I think that's why it bummed me out so much, is because I had so much respect for the guy. You know, so many things will remind me of him. You know, Fiesta, he did fajita booths at Fiesta La Semana, then San Fernando, and then the VFW. They had the best fajita taco stand in all of Fiesta land. fireworks. They did the fireworks stand. He was with Alamo Fireworks for years, and that was actually one of my first jobs. Was working at a fireworks stand. Um, so just music. He played saxophone. He was a musician himself. He listened to good music. He loved good music. Loved movies. He was a good guy. He was a nice guy. Very intimidating. He's big in stature. He's a big guy. So he's very intimidating, but he was a sweet man. Cheers to Uncle Albert. Rest in peace. Whiskey. He loved whiskey. Crown Royal. Good whiskey. Great whiskey. So we drink to him today and always cheers to that. Anyway, so I did finish. I finally finished because I remember that was the last movie that we saw was The Wall, and it's very intense, very intense. It's a war movie. I don't want to get too many details wrong, but it's a war movie. It's pretty hard because it's John Cena and some other guy. John Cena, doesn't play a big role in it, but he got second bill because it was only one guy. It's just one guy who is under attack. He's under attack. He's hiding from a sniper this whole time. Good movie, very intense. And so in tribute, I wanted to finish watching that movie since I didn't get to finish watching that with my Uncle Albert. And so finally got to watch the movie. It's on Prime, I think. The Wall, good movie. But but the end sucks so bad. And to the point where I was like, oh man, I wish I didn't even fucking finish watching the movie because it was just a good thing, It was a great memory that I had of just sitting there and what, because I was always like worried if he was gonna bring up the discussion, and he never not brought up the discussion about me and my father. But this time we caught a movie. We were just sitting there in his living room and just watching a movie that we never got to finish. And I kind of wish I didn't because the way the movie ended really fucking sucked. I mean, it's a great ending for a movie, but like it doesn't end well for the characters. And I was like, oh, what a fucking... I was like, what the fuck, man? I got angry. I was so angry at the movie. It was a good movie, but the ending wasn't what the ending that I wanted. And good for them. Good for them. Like, fuck happy endings. We don't all need happy endings, and I get that. But I just wanted a happy ending for that fucking movie. And check it out. The Wall, John Cena. Fuck, I think it's called The Wall. What if it's not even called The Wall and I'm just talking about this movie that you'll never find because I got all the details wrong? Anyway, dude, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening to me be, soft. Be soft if you can. It doesn't look good on everybody. It doesn't look good on me. But that's it for this week. Cheers, Uncle Albert. Say hello to heaven for us. And I think that's it. I don't want to end on a bummer. I really don't. But I don't know what else to say. Social media at your homie Pat. Follow me on TikTok. I'm not there. But yeah, Twitter and Instagram at your homie Pat. Yeah, that's it. Latest.